I'm Norman, and for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to speak with clarity. I would like to demonstrate how I get freighter parts onto my Corvette. So I'm not going to waste your time. Without further ado, here we go. First of all, you can see I'm on a very flat planet. Before recent updates, your Corvette was able to land down in the settlement, which made building on it incredibly convenient. But now I find the best thing to do is to find a very flat planet. Now you can pause the screen for these coordinates, or perhaps you've discovered a flat planet yourself. This one is quite active. So, and you may be wondering, how do I re-edit my Corvette if I have to keep landing it down every single time? Well, to do that, I glitch a piece permanently onto my Corvette to snap things to. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The first thing I want to demonstrate is the cache pin glitch in order to get the freighter parts in the first place. The pieces I love to use are these pavements here. I've learned all of this from one of my favorite YouTubers, Beeblebomb. So, I usually like to have a gap, so a pavement, gap, pavement, gap, pavement, gap, okay? So in order to put down a freighter piece, you need to go open up your menu, go to catalogue and guide, go to building parts, and I'm just going to build another scanner room. So in order for this to work, you need the gold, the silver, and the ion battery already in your inventory. I've clicked it, and now we've got the mission. We've got the mission to make the scanner room. I'm going to double check that I indeed have gold, silver, and tons of ion batteries. Lovely. So I have everything I need in my inventory. So I'm going to press up to enter my build. I'm going to press square to toggle between building and editing. And I'm going to press square one more time. And as you can see, it's brought up the room. It's actually snapping onto that. Usually, it should look like this. It should look like nothing, because there are no freighter pieces for it to snap to, right? So this is what it should look like. Just the box to the right of the screen and no red part, no nothing. It's only visible there because there's a freighter part, which, freighter parts aren't meant to be there. So it should look like this. Nothing. What we want to do is press triangle and square. So that's toggle wire and edit, and toggle between edit and build. On PlayStation, that's triangle and square. Triangle, square. I know it's worked because I'm able to duplicate. So I'm going to duplicate this platform, this pavement, and I'm going to press triangle and place. I did it incorrectly. It'd be like that sometimes. So up, square, square. There we go. We've got the scanner room back again. So I'm going to press triangle square to store it. Copy one of these pavements and triangle place. There we go. And so now we've got 2 rooms down. Now I'm going to put another platform here so I can delete this one. And now I want to have a door. You can use wires to do this, but I find this just much simpler. So we'll go to catalogue, guides, building parts. I believe it's just silver. Lovely. We just need silver for the door, of which I have. I'm going to press circle to get rid of that box. Up to bring up my build parts. Square to toggle to build. And square one more time to bring up the bulkhead door. And now I need to store this into the cache memory. So that's triangle square. I've done it correct this time because I can duplicate. I'm going to duplicate the platform and triangle place. Gosh. Let's try again. Up, square, square, triangle, square, duplicate. Lovely. So it takes a few tries, but that's why I like to use the pavements, because it's quite simple to put the doors on. And if I was to have some pavements here, I could do the windows as well. But I'm sure you understand the demonstration from the door. So, how do we do all of that on the Corvette? Well, if anyone's seen any of my previous videos, I used to use the terrain manipulator in order to glitch pieces onto my Corvette. The reason why I thought I had to do that was because when you're on the floor, pressing start toggles between the bases effortlessly. Now, when I was watching videos on how to glitch pieces onto the Corvette, I assumed it wouldn't work because the toggle doesn't work. Now, this might be confusing, but what I'm trying to say is, when you're glitching things onto the Corvette, you can almost disregard whether the toggle works or not. See, I followed Beeblebum's guide all the way up to putting the parts onto the Corvette, but just stopped because the toggle didn't work. Hopefully I can show you what I mean right now. So the terrain manipulator still works, and I find it to be more consistent, but I'm going to do it the easier way, as I found. So I'm going to get a wall, and I'm going to pixelate it into my Corvette. I'm going to make sure I'm on my home base. Okay, so now I'm going to press down so I'm not on... There we go, I'm on my Corvette. So I'm just going to glitch this floor that's on my home base so it pixelates into my Corvette. So as you can see, I'm touching my Corvette, right? So I can't place it down. But if I press start, it links back to my home base. Now, let's just ignore that platform there. That was from when I was working on this earlier. I'm going to do pretty much everything from scratch. So, let me get to my platform. Paving. I'll put it here. We'll just ignore this one, that can't be deleted. So this is just for the sake of the tutorial. Now, this might be a superstition, but I'm going to keep that floor there, just so I have my home base. So I'm pretty much putting a part down on my home base. So this is the setup I like to do. You probably understand why I've put those two there, so I can continue building corridors. But I need this gap in the middle so I can put in my first room, My door will be there, and that will link to the rest of the corridors. So I need to store my freighter piece into my memory again. Actually, before I show you that, let me show you one more thing I just remembered. Can you see here? It says too close to Starship. There's a part where there's a place on your Corvette where you just can't put down base parts. But I figured I'll show you this. If you press triangle and switch to the wire and place it down like, oh gosh, and place it down like that, then it will work. Too close to Starship. I know why it's doing that. If that ever happened, it means you just gotta put a part down. It should work. The shenanigans. So. There we go. So now it's placed down on the place where it said we couldn't. So if I press triangle, and now look, it's there, even though it says too close to Starship. So that's a way to get around placing parts down if it says it's too close to Starship. And if you press start triangle and place, you can attach it to your Corvette. And we're about to do that now. So let's store the freighter room into the memory. And it's the scanner room, that's what I want. Up, square, square, triangle, square. And now I'm going to duplicate one of these platforms. And now it keeps switching to my Corvette. That's fine. I can press start. Just need to get it to link. Alright, never mind. There we go, there we go. So that will do. This should still work. Let me just make sure I've done it properly. I don't want another base computer up there. So, up, square, square. Triangle, square to store. I know I've stored it correctly because I can duplicate. Get it in position. And this is the trickiest part. We need to press start to toggle between the base and triangle and square. I just want to show you something because this stumped me. Pressing start, okay. Pressing start does toggle, but it may not always toggle for you, okay? Whether it toggles or not will not stop the glitch from working. I was actually hoping it wouldn't toggle between the bases. But whether it toggles or not, it will still work, okay? That stumped me for the longest time. I figured since it wasn't toggling, it was probably never going to work. But it will, okay? I will start again. I just wanted to mention that. Square. So, start, triangle, and square. Yes! Let me just... So brilliant. Once you see that message, it means it is indeed attached to the Corvette. That's lovely. Let's see if we can get the door on. And delete that. Wow, I got that one first time. It's the most difficult input to pull off. Start, triangle, and place. Let me see if I can get the door on real quick here. Up, square, square. Get rid of the menu first. Up, square, square. Triangle, square. Duplicate. Typical. I'll try one more time. Because that's attached to the Corvette, not the home base. So I should still be able to snap here. Ah, okay. I got the platform orientated the wrong way around. If I turned around and stood here or rotated it. Wires are a good way to make sure the doors work all the time, every time, but I'm lazy. I will just do that again and rotate the floor and then it will work. But I hope that's a more clearer tutorial on how to do it. Please, please, please ask me any questions. I want everyone to be able to pull this off and make the Corvettes of their dreams. I want to thank everyone who's watched my videos, and it's amazing. I do this for fun, and it just, ah, yeah, it feels wonderful, everyone. So thank you for being here and watching the videos. I really hope this has been a lot more clearer and to the point than my previous video. If not, I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing it until we all can build the Corvette of our dreams. I've been Norman, you've been amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, my friends.